Okay, y'all. I think that's probably much better. I think that's much better. I was having technical difficulties on my phone, y'all. Not on my phone, on my laptop. It wasn't working like I thought it was gonna work. Unfortunately, but I do want to take the time out to give, like I said, shout outs. One of the people that are tagged in my live is Justin. He is from Young Entrepreneurs. He is part of the reason why I always like to give props. So he is one of the reasons why I'm actually, starting a podcast. I have been talking and preaching for so long, and I met so many people along the way that told me I should do this. So I just want to shout him out. Justin, young Justin. He's called I know Justin. That's his name. He does podcasts. I like what he do. I appreciate what he's do. And as we are in, trying to uplift one another, I definitely want to shout kudos out to him and let him know that, without some of the things that he was discussing and talking about, it inspired me to do, and I never want to copy, do, or do anything. So I always want to just give props, and that's why I tagged him, because he has a lot of good content on his on his podcast as well, where you can check him out on I think it's Wednesday or Thursday nights. But I definitely want to touch base and shout out. Also shout out to Cam's Cuisine. Cam's Cuisine. Make sure you shop with Kamaria. She sells seafood plates, pineapple bowls, and also shout out to Shakendra, who also, after you need a dessert, or if you need some type of sweet, or you got a sweet tooth, make sure you check out Sweets and More by Shakendra, Sweets and More by Shakendra, and Cam's Cuisine by Kamaria. Both of those young ladies are going to go far. They have good eating habits. Make sure you comment. Make sure you put down any businesses, black-owned businesses known to man. And also, too, I want to say this. My family was recently have someone who has COVID. I do want to put that in and say that, COVID is real. Make sure you masking up. Make sure you're doing everything that you got to do to stay safe. Make sure you sanitizing. I know you want to go to the club or whatever, but it can wait. It's a very serious issue, so I definitely want to touch bases on that as well. Make sure you wash your hands. Make sure you masking up, because it's getting real out here and it's hitting close to home. So make sure you mask up. COVID is real. Also, what I'm going to do is start this out with the celebrity news about Kanye and his recent outburst. Now, I had a thing where I had set up like polls on what you think or whatever, but my computer is not working with this. So I make sure you comment, make sure you post, make sure you post your opinion. With Kanye, and everything that's going on, I feel like, that he being held against his will. I feel like that Kim Kardashian is probably holding him. I always thought Kim Kardashian, them Kardashian sisters were witches. But don't nobody want to listen. I feel like that he is the movie Get Out. I feel like when he talk and when he have something to say, I feel like that's the real him. But instead, they take him to the doctor and the psychiatrist, and I feel like they hypnotize that man. I feel like they put that man in a coma and make him think that who he is speaking now, that's who it is, and it's just a problem. No, that man is crying out for help. Y'all better stop sleeping on these celebrities. Stop sleeping on these celebrities. They be crying out for help. Like Kanye was I miss the old Kanye, the college dropout Kanye, the Jesus Walk Kanye, the flashing lights Kanye, all falls down Kanye, through the wire Kanye. So that Kanye is locked inside the brain. This new Kanye that y'all see, that is something that Kim Kardashian put a jinx and a curse on, because if y'all watch Get Out did show them people and showed that man when he was out there in the field and he started crying. And he ran, and then next thing you know, they done put him and hypnotized him, and now he back in a sunken place. That's the same thing what's going on with Kanye. Yeezy cannot be president. He is not the fact that he have bipolar issues or any medical issue. It's just them Kardashians are witches. And see, some of y'all give them too much praise. Me personally, I don't like the Kardashians. I don't like the Kardashians. I never will. I never will. Never will do. I don't care how much she freeing black people, whatever the case may be. I feel like it's something behind that. I feel like she putting spells on black people. Ain't no telling what they doing, especially within the year 2020 of what's going on today. Kim Kardashian just so happened to just read and just to find out about these laws. But truthfully, she just got connections. But I don't think Kim Kardashian is genuine in what she's doing. So y'all need to pray for Kanye. Because Kanye he's not just crying for attention. He's actually crying out for help. But see, some of y'all are not really looking at the bigger picture on when he's crying out for help. And go on and grab your drinks too so we can have a quick conversation, because it's just supposed to be a brief edition. So make sure y'all sit here and say a prayer for Kanye, because Kanye need our assistance. He don't need our assistance, but Kanye needs some help. But understand about them Kardashian sisters now. Some of them, most of them, I think would accept of one. And I think that's that model one. But all of them, most of them, especially Chris, are witches. They're witches. They bad luck. I do believe in conspiracy theory. I do believe that they didn't put this man in a sunken place, and let's just watch and see a month later, do he act back, quote unquote, normal and be quiet and just sit there and smile. And then y'all will catch my drift. Next on celebrity news, and we want to talk about, and this is a serious subject. Gotta get serious for a minute. I was looking at, as far as like still reading Nick Cannon's, they talking about Nick Cannon again and still talking about Tamar Braxton. And, you know, with mental health, and I've been talking about mental health so much, to the point that, you know, I'm actually really just researching more about it, researching common effects, about anxiety and depression, going in a little bit deeper. Let me tell you something. Check on your strong friends. Check on your strong friends, especially during this time, because, you know, like I said, a lot of time we wake up with a smile. We wake up and we go out in the world, you know. Well, at this point, we're really just waking up, just going, because we ain't really got no government, ain't nothing in place, and everybody just really just pretty much doing what they want to do. But as we go out in the world today, you know, and well, in this day and age, you know, make sure y'all check on your strong friends, because just was hearing about suicide and everything like that, it was very sad to hear Tamar was going through that. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people be lashing out, and I know, you know, we get on Tamar and how shallow her mouth is and how ghetto she can be, you know, but at some point, and as these celebrities are starting to speak out, all of a sudden, which of course that's what we need to speak out on, you know, as far as in everyday life, these celebrities are complaining because the truth is coming to pass. Like we talked about conspiracy theories and said, no, they don't exist. No, do not. It's getting exposed. Like they telling on each other. Like the industry is not anything nice. Like, of course, we all look at the jewelry and diamonds and watches and everything else, but they not happy. Some of them are really borderline trying to kill themselves because they sold to the devil. And they sold for a check. And so now they are, you know, going into these panics and trying to kill themselves and posting cryptic messages. Well, with the celebrity, with that, and going into real life rather, you have a lot of people that will sit in the house and that will rip themselves apart. You feel what I'm saying? So it don't matter how much money you got, or it don't matter what kind of house you got. It don't matter what kind of car you drive. It don't matter what kind of clothes you wear. It don't matter the type of food you eat. When this is cluttered and this is dark, I'm telling you, it's no way to really just bounce back and just say, oh, I just go spend some money, or I just go somewhere, or I just go to the club. Like, you're always going to have to deal with your issues, and it's okay that you have an issue. You know, with these suicides and with Tamar. I really did have a heart for Tamar because, and Nick Cannon, you know what I'm saying? Because you got so much of the weight of the world and then just everyday life. And no matter how many statuses I see depression, anxiety. We all go through it. And sometimes we put on this show on Facebook that, hey, I'm okay, I'm all right. It's okay to make room for your error. It's okay to make room for corrections. It's okay for you to make a mistake. And it's okay to make a mistake in front of everybody. I mean, who is everybody? You don't have to sit here and oppress. You're not getting no grade for this. This is your life. You're going to make bad choices. And when you make those bad choices, you're supposed to learn from. How else will you grow? So my prayers go out to Tamar and Nick Cannon, as far as them wanting to, send those kind of cryptic messages. And like I said, we all do go through depression, anxiety. Let me tell you something. Find you something to put your mind into. Find yourself something to keep you busy. Don't tear down yourself. You are a beautiful human being. You have great qualities about yourself. It's just the fact that right now and probably in this day and time, you probably don't know you have those qualities. But if you take the time out to get to know yourself, you'll find out everything and every talent or skill that you possess, because you wasn't put here just not to use or do anything. You're here to do something. So even if that can help, and that's a starting point to know that you're here to do something, it's up to you to find out what that something is. And if you're ever going through something, don't let death be the last result, because death is taking the cheap way out. Don't do that until the Lord says so. So I just wanted to touch bases on that topic in social with Tamar. And, hopefully she gets out. Hopefully everything done. We had a lot of celebrity deaths with Naya Riviera. It's a lot of stuff going on. And I'm drinking, so. It's a lot of stuff going on. So I got my drink in my cup. I want y'all to grab y'all drinks too. But it's a lot of things going on, and we have to understand that, that we have to be here for one another. You know what I'm saying? We have to have a shoulder to lean on and cry on. Like, these people are supposed to be rich and everything, and since all of this is going, this is the year of exposure, all of them just going down. And so, it's like, wait, but we forgot that they were real people too. So, we just need to, for everybody that's having some mental awareness or mental health or anything or issues that's going on, I'm here to tell you, you are not by yourself. Trust me, everybody's going through. I don't care how good it looks, because people get virtual reality confused with reality. I don't care how good it looks. Trust me, everybody going through something. It's just that some of us or most of us just choose to rise above the problem that's going on, or we done decided that it's not going to let us defeat it. But trust you me, it's not alone. So don't kill yourself, or don't feel like you less than, or don't feel like just because you ain't there yet and this person get it. Trust me, we all have had paths that we had to follow that we don't want to do. And we all have had paths to follow that we created that didn't go right. So trust me, you're not alone. And don't think that you will never face a trial in life. The purpose of facing a trial is to come up, grow from it. Each one teach one, learn from it. Iron sharpens iron, and it's supposed to make you a better person. And then it open the doors for new opportunities, new levels, new devils, and you know how to handle those new devils, because the level that you were on, you passed that level. So now you got all your equipment from that level to a new level. And as you gain and gain and gain and gain and gain and gain knowledge, you take all, it's like a video game. You take all that equipment until you get to the boss. You feel what I'm saying? And you know how to defeat the boss. So that's what you're doing. All you're doing is just taking steps to, better yourself. You take, every time you win, you putting on another armor. You putting on another armor. You putting on another armor. That's all you're doing for a tough battle. You know what I'm saying? And you got people with you. That's why it's so important to have a support system. But this is supposed to be celebrity news on Word on the Street. Cause word on the street was that Tamar was doing good. I ain't gonna get into a preaching mode, but word on the street, Tamar is doing good. Tamar is doing, much better. Also, word on the street is that I did see that Nick Cannon is in production and talking to creating his own channel. So kudos. You know what I'm saying? It's a turnaround because we as people don't realize how much these corporations and companies own a lot of what we do. I mean, I bet some of y'all didn't know that some of the most powerful people are not even the government, and they're not even the president. They're not even in this. I mean, I'm talking about at the very top, So it's a lot of control that goes on in Hollywood, and people don't think that Illuminati stuff is real. It is real. It is evident. If you watch Dirty Money Netflix season 2, episode 2, it will answer all of your questions that you ever had known to man, and you will wonder why and how come and how these movies and how these celebrities and what they do and how they get their money. You will understand then. So definitely, watch Dirty Money season 2, episode 2, and that will explain everything that you need to know about life. Because all these celebrities, I'm here to tell you now, they are stressed, depressed, want to kill themselves, and suicidal because of all the things that they had to do for a check. So, the next topic that I did want to touch on in regards to that is, and we have a question. Hey, sis. Dirty Money on Netflix. It's about the life of corporations. Now, I started on season 2, episode 1 with Wells Fargo. Learned a lot about that. Episode 2 goes into where it talks about a prime minister whose son, and they came up with a scam in a trade. And these people are the one that support the box office. These people, when we watch movies, you know how we be like, that's what happened, or they fiction or not. Let me tell you, these people that are at the top, these people that are that produce, where the box office money come from, when they be like, this is the highest grossing movie, this is this and that, like Wolf on Wall Street, Paid in Full, all these different type of things. All these stories, and we know Paid in Full, of course, is based on the true story, but Wolf on Wall Street, if you watch that about this man and they committed fraud and scam when they was doing these trades, that is a man named John Lau who is very powerful, who owned almost along with some other people, along with the whole group, another certain group of folks that support the box office movies. When they be like, we invested $100 million and it went up against it, they're the ones who invest in these movies. They're the ones who invest in these shows. They're the ones who invest in technology. They're the ones who invest in everything. So while we push it on the government, I'm telling you, it is not them. It's the people that's above them that's controlling this whole thing. And as much as we know, and as much as we say conspiracy theory, when you watch that Netflix, it will make so much sense. That's why I don't take nothing from nobody no more. 2020 then revealed everybody and everything to me along with God. So it's like, what's the point? Like a corporation and everything, or how we marching for corporation and racism and stuff like that. That's what I've been doing when everybody say I transfer jobs. But that's nothing new. So everything is pretty much controlled. And if you watch Dirty Money season 2, episode 2, that will open your eyes to a lot of stuff. That will open your eyes to many things. So make sure you check that out. Also, I did see in the news as far as about these stimulus check. Now, as I sit here and look at these stimulus check, and now they're just working on it, saying that we have been overdue about our reparations, and so they're taking a look at it. So I just want to ask a question. Do y'all feel like that, that this stimulus and everything that we're getting is kind of strange how we're getting it, as it, relates to, some of the things that we're getting? Because, see, my thing is that I don't really just, focus, like I haven't focused on, oh, that's why my network was gone. I haven't focused on the monuments and painting the streets and stuff like that. That's just something I haven't done. You know, I've been more so focused on how I can get paid and starting from the beginning. But they did say, word on the street, that they're also looking into reparations. So, you know, according to Baller Alert, that now they're looking at reparations and looking at possibility passing the stimulus check. And I wish I could put it up on my computer, but I keep having these technical difficulties. I swear next time I'll be better. Because right now, it is not letting me be great. But yeah, make sure y'all go in and Google that. They are working on trying to get us reparations, so-called, quote unquote. And then also they're working on getting us the second round of stimulus check. I don't care who you are, what you do, and how you do it. If you ain't waiting on no stimulus, or if you are, everybody's due a check. Everybody's ready for a check. So therefore, we need the money. We need it. Don't act like you don't, because we need it. Now, I understand the process and concepts of, you know, just acting, you know, what's the saying, how it goes? How do it go? What is it? I forgot how it go. I think the saying is, I can't miss what I never had. Well, I am missing what I never had. I would like for that check to come in my hand and in the mailbox. So y'all stay tuned and update for that, because I have been reading on that. And they're basically saying they're still working on this counter. It seemed like it's getting there. It seemed like it's coming to that point. But, you know, we just have to stay tuned in. And then also, I don't know, have y'all seen Biden in his remarks in regards of, you know, hiring just black women? He got 4 candidates. Now, this is my thing with that. Now, as far as Joe Biden, you know, we are stuck in this thing where we're called a less of two evils. And, you know, and I have white friends. They're all on my Facebook page. So they should know me and know my heart. But it comes to a point when you're just overly nice and you just overly do things. And so Joe Biden to me is like a closeted racist. And I feel like some of the things that he say is very offensive. I feel like some of the things that he say is not called for. If you're going to be for the people, just be for the people. You don't have to say, I have a black friend, I have black colors and all this different type of stuff. You don't have to say that to us. Just say the issues at hand on what you're trying to get to. But word on the street is that he have 4 black women that he have in mind for VP. So, you know, we'll see how that turn out, because I'm here to tell you. They say, word on the street is that, you know, that if we do decide, and I know everybody's so focused on selecting Trump, but if we do keep Trump, we might as well kiss America goodbye, because he's trying to turn into a dictatorship. So it is imperative that we do get out here and we do vote, just due to the fact of what I've seen. And as far as what I'm looking at, you know, we definitely want to get out here and make sure we, you know, vote, make sure we doing the right thing, make sure we are standing our butts in line, because at this point, you know, we are the America as we know it, feel like we're on a bus ride to hell. So it's very wise that we sit up here and we try to go and we try to get in there and try to vote and get this man out. You know, I personally don't like Joe Biden, but it seemed like I ain't got no choice. I'm not going to say I'm just not going to vote. So I did want to touch bases on him in the political standpoint. And then what I want to do is touch on, I don't know if you know, Tommy from Love and Hip Hop. Tommy for Love and Hip Hop, you know, was blasted for her child getting an abortion. Now, you know, the thing goes around where some people don't believe in abortion. Some people feel like it's wrong. Some people feel like that we shouldn't, you know, do that and capable of doing it. I'm not a saint, but I'm a sinner with a future. Okay? The Lord said when you confess into him, you have salvation. When you confess your truth and confess unto him, and as far as repenting for your sins. So For me, as far as for a woman having the ability, if they can't able to take a child, I feel like a woman's right is a woman's right. I feel like if you make that decision, that's something that you have to do. I don't feel like that's something that should be controlled. And as far as with Tommy going in telling her daughter that, as far as with parenting doesn't come with a manual. Unfortunately, it doesn't. Some of us are still paying for some of the stuff that our parents did, and your parent ain't gonna tell you everything that they did. So Tommy situation with her daughter when she blasted her like that, I mean, it sounds like it's a cry for help, but when you look at Tommy, she fighting every day, she in jail every day, and not really making that change. She basically got to go told to get an abortion just because you're not able to take care of it. You're not able to do anything. But I feel like she should have never tricked her like that. That's upon her decision. If she want to keep it, then keep it. I feel like abortion, in that case, I'm just saying, in my opinion, it's a woman's right. If they want to do it, they can do it. If they don't, they don't. It's not my right or my opinion to judge nobody else as far as the faults or whatever the case may be in their life on consuming that. So, word on the street is that, Tommy's daughter is mad at her. And, and she dogged her out. And I was like, well, hell, I mean, at this point, she is mad. And she, you know what I'm saying? You haven't been quite there because everybody need love in their life, which goes back to mental illness. Like, everybody need love in their life. It don't matter who it come from. But no. Well, no. It's a catch 2020. It don't matter who it comes from, but who it matters the most is when it comes from your parents and when it comes from that head house or the people who had you. And that's what counts the most. Anybody can say I love you, but when it comes to the people that's supposed to be your bloodline, that's where you want to hear from the most because it works. It's a different feeling when it comes from the people, your bloodline or your parents who actually had you. Also word on the curb is that time is not going to take care of it. So, I just feel like at the end of the day, you're still a mother. You shouldn't give up on your child, Tommy. You should not give up on, trying to trick your child into having an abortion, Tommy. So you do all this stuff and you're a beautiful woman. You bad. But your parenting skills, they suck a little bit. So you might want to sit down. You might want to listen to your daughter. Because at this point and at this case, Tommy, you really don't really have a leg to stand on. So I would advise you that you listen to your daughter, sit your ass down somewhere, and, bonding. Because see, in quarantine, we forget that the reason why we're quarantining is to deal with our issues because we necessarily don't in everyday life. And getting accustomed to this new norm, it's becoming, some people are becoming exposed to new things. Some people are bettering themselves. Some people are going for the worst. But the point of it is we're all changing because we all stuck and we all have to follow this because we all have to live here and we have to go with everyday life. So, I just definitely want to, love on your kids. Don't misjudge your kids and do anything like that, especially when they on there dogging you out the way they dogging you and shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? So, always love your kids and take care of your kids. Also, another thing that I did want to touch on the celebrity news here is the DMX versus Snoop Dogg versus. Now, people don't really want to get into the whole music thing, but old school. But I love a good old school. As y'all can see on my first live before, it was messed up thanks to my computer. I was listening to Tribe Called Quest. I like the old school music. You know what I'm saying? And my money, if I had to bet, I would truly bet on Snoop Dogg just because DMX had that fall down for a minute. You know what I'm saying? He was more of a crunk rapper, before that was a Lil Jon, he would get you hyped, and I have respect for DMX, but my money on Snoop Dogg. We talking about he's history in rap, as well as DMX. So I want to know what y'all got going on, who y'all money on. Is it on Snoop Dogg or is it on DMX? Personally, I'm with Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg got the most hits. So, like I said, after he had that, DMX had that, want my computer to start working. Even though DMX had that, that mishap, I just feel like that, Snoop Dogg gonna take the win on that one. Let me see. Why is my internet not working? I mean, it is not working. Topics that I want to touch into. Hey, thank you for tuning in. Two more topics that I want to touch on. One is that look like California, word on the street is that they're gonna be on lockdown because COVID. They have surpassed in COVID. They surpassed the New York. They surpassed New York in COVID cases. Now, I am so sorry for all these people. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I go out too, but not out to the extremity of jeopardizing anything. But a lot of people that I've came in close contact with, well, let me rephrase that. I haven't came in close contact with, but a lot of people have called me. And like I said, it was COVID case with my family, and then it's hitting very, very, very close. Let me tell you something. The Mirage and Aces and all that stuff, like, it's cool, y'all. It's everything. I know you got to make your money, but if you're going to go, make sure you social distancing and take your mask. We don't know when this is going to go on. And don't let the media fool you, because the media don't even know. I mean, nobody knows. Everybody just going off a whim and a guess instead of just saying everything is going to be shut down and the world will not be back to normal until further notice, instead of just putting that off, putting that out there. I don't understand why, everybody just not really registering that. I mean, you got people that's mad to wear a mask. I'm like, oh my God, out of all the things that we've been going on, this is what you mad at? So make sure you put on your mask, because it don't look like we're going to really get out of this no time soon. They're scheduling for next year, but as I've learned, as far as this 2020 year, I better not speak on it too soon. Just shut up and let's just see how this work out, because apparently we thought 2020 was vision. But unfortunately, it's not. But I know some of us, half of us have learned. So word on the curb is that California is going to be shut down for quite some time. So if you got trips planned, you might want to go ahead on and cancel those, because they finna get ready to shut California back down. If I was y'all, I would not travel nowhere. I would not travel to Florida. I would not travel to Atlanta. I would not travel nowhere. Unfortunately, we all just have to sit here and just kind of deal with it, and we have to accept that. I know it's kind of hard, and I know we can't believe what the government say, but this right here is very serious. And even if they fake it or not, we ain't came up with no cure to really just get away with everything. Now, I've been taking what I've been needing to take. However, we don't need to be going out like that. Just cut up the radio in your house. You know what I'm saying? You got to have a drink or two. Go to the ABC store like we was doing, and let's just have a drink. My drink is in my hand. I am learning a lesson. Just sit myself at home. Like, just sit myself at home. You save money, you save time. And then you can invite some people over and just have on your mask. Make sure they ain't got none. You know what I'm saying? But just sit at home, because it don't look like we're going to really just get out of here no time soon. Look like everything is just going to be, kind of on lockdown. This is our new norm. What I'm drinking, this is Coke and Crown Royal Black. So I'm just having drinks and conversation. Go and grab yours. I'm sure all y'all had a long day. Let's conversate. Make sure y'all comment. Make sure y'all tune in to me. I don't have certain dates. It's just certain things, and I'm just doing pilots. But make sure you tune in to And Another Thing podcast. This is my baby. This is something I'm finally doing something. These are one of the things that I realized. I talk a lot. I've always wanted to be in the scope of entertainment, whether it was acting, whether it was being a music producer, whether it was doing things as far as being a vlog. I have people approach me every single day. People that don't even know that watches my stuff that tell me I should create a YouTube page. So I just wanted to start it right here, and get myself up, and and I'm working on some things. As y'all can see, I had some technical difficulties in the beginning because at first I thought I was getting somewhere. But unfortunately, my laptop didn't want to do, so I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board. But I thank y'all for y'all support. And I thank y'all for the love. I thank y'all for the messages. Like I said, I don't care how many views it is. As long as people are viewing, I'm fine. Please share at my page, J-Rock, and Another Thing Podcast Facebook page. Make sure you add it. It's going to be other things that I have in store and ideas that I'm coming up with. I had a thing with the polls and the questions, but unfortunately, like I said, my laptop went down. But also here, I got the night. I want to touch on what Lil Baby said. Now, Lil Baby. Now, word on the street is that he feel as though that everybody is, that black people can be racist too. Word on the street is that people are not agreeing with Lil Baby's statements as it relates to a more serious thing that we're facing as far as police brutality and racism and discrimination as far as our race is concerned. Now, this is what I got to say about Lil Baby, and maybe he just didn't use the right term. Now, I understand what he was saying, where he said that we could be racist too. Like, for example, like people, like I said, I always bring up black on black crime because people want to ignore it. And crime is crime, and people, and the thing about us as black people is that we be so quick to jump on. We don't really just take the time out to really think on things. Like, sometimes you just have to sit down and think. Don't be so quick to do this. Sometimes you got to reel back and just got to sit down and you just got to think on certain things. And I don't think Lil Baby per se was just saying like, oh, we're racist. We can be racist to other races and everything else too. And sometimes we can. But I feel like the term that he should have been using is unify. We have to unify. Why would I don't even watch sports like that, but I love football. So why would Nick Saban go tell Auburn what his plays is? There would be no point of an Iron Bowl. Why would, if we go into the Army, why would I go and tell the enemy all of our plans on what we're doing if we're trying to stop from being taken over, and if we're trying to stop or whatever the hell we fighting for, because it seems like we go to war with everything, even though I feel like America's a bully. Why would I go and tell them that? That's kind of like what black on black crime is. Black on black crime is like, can't nobody else shoot you, but I'm going to shoot you, but we have to have a whole army of troops if we're going to fight racism. So what sense does it make to kill off your own if we got to stand firm and if we got to go forth? So I feel like that Lil Baby was definitely talking about unifying as one, as a whole African-American race. I don't think that he mean anything that bad, because if he did, he wouldn't have made that song. I feel like Lil Baby, I feel like that what he was saying, his statements and his words was wrong. But I don't feel like that he really just meant anything in that way, because I always say that as well. I just want to put that out there about Lil Baby, because we do have to touch bases, and, we have to touch elbows sometimes. We don't have to be kumbaya, but we do got to touch elbows with one another and get along with one another if we're going to do. Now, Lil Baby, of course, like I said, I don't agree with how he said it, because it's all about how you say the words that you use. But I understand in some of the things of where he was coming on. But word on the street is that, they don't like what Lil Baby said, and so, but they ain't going to cancel him, Like they trying to cancel Nick Cannon. Like, y'all stop trying to turn on y'all own people. If we supposed to unite, we supposed to unite. If a person is taking up for us, don't go and holler and do. Now, me personally, I sit here and say, can't no celebrity really speak up for me. Because they're not really living down here with me. However, we sit up here and we criticize everything. We criticize anything and everything what everybody do, even with somebody trying to take up for us. Me personally, we, like I always say, we need a leader that's going to actually speak for the people, and what's going on. And that has some sense. You just can't go speak, because like I said, we do a lot of this. We don't never just sit and listen or process nothing or read. We just jump right into it and think that we know what we're talking about when really we don't. So it's important to read. It's important to know what's going on around you. It's important to know, all these different type of things, because it's a lot that's going on in the world and people, you know what I'm saying? So, and one last thing, word on the street is that Meg Stanton is recovering. They are not try not to press charges on Tory Lanez. Tory, like, you messed it up for a lot of men everywhere. You have messed that up. Now, I don't know if you got mad because she was finna get ready to go. I don't know if you got mad because she said she had a phone call to take. I don't even know if you got mad just because she probably was on the phone with another guy. All I know is that you messed up. And you messed it up for a lot of guys. Anything that you do is going to be held against you. Until the next person change it when it comes to women. So, you kind of messed it up for a lot of men, Tory Lanez. You did. And you did not have to pull out a gun. First of all, if y'all was on a little mini date, why would you go and pull out a gun? Why would you shoot the girl? You did not have to shoot her. If the answer was no, or if she had to go or anything else, you should not let your anger just got you that mad to the point you want to shoot somebody in the leg. And so now, your career was kind of coming back up again. It's kind of going back down. So, I wouldn't show my face for around Tory Lanez. I would not say nothing. I would not put nothing in. I would not go into a whole spiel about nothing. Even when I get back on Facebook, I would just lay low. Because you really did just kind of messed up with this one. And ain't nobody going to really respect you the same, Tory Lanez. So just take my opinion and just shut the hell up. Don't say nothing. When you come back to social media, don't say nothing about the issue at hand. Shut the hell up and just let it die down. Because a lot of y'all celebrities feel like y'all have to talk and announce. Y'all ain't got to say nothing. So Meg spoke out, and word on the street is that, she telling y'all that it ain't funny. She don't like it. And that y'all need to stop laughing. And she got a point that women, as black women, y'all are not protected. And it is for us men to step up to the plate. So, it's not funny. Nah, it's not. But, y'all celebrity, y'all have two different problems. Y'all have rich folk problem. So a lot of us can't really just relate like that, but... Tory, don't get back online and say nothing. If I was you, I would just shut the hell up and just keep on going. I wouldn't say nothing. I wouldn't say nothing to the incident. I wouldn't mention nothing. That is my advice to you. I would just shut the hell up. Last question. One of the people, Doja Cat made a statement. Word on the street is that she said that she is black. Now, I think Doja Cat is fine. I think Doja Cat is fine. I think Doja Cat is sexy. But, I just couldn't get past on that whole white supremacy room. I'm trying to give it a pass. I'm trying to just look past it, because she's fine. And not just for that matter, but just on the point of that, it's something about it. And I feel like she really didn't mean it, but then again, she always has something to say. So, do you feel like Doja Cat should be accepted as a black woman, or is she counseled? Because me, of course, it's like, I'm a man at the end of the day. So, I just, Not giving her a pass. Not saying that it was even right, because I'm mad at her ass, but, compared to some of what some celebrity have done, I don't know. I really don't know about that one. But y'all let me know in the comments as far as though, do you forgive Doja Cat about things that she said being in the white supremacy room? If you don't know about it, Google it. That's my time. I do thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for y'all suggestions. Drop your comments. I will be having other segments. I'm just testing out everything, and going through everything. Just want to touch on the brief celebrity hour and topic news. And with one final thing that I want to say, and another thing. No matter what a person says about you, no matter what a person does, no matter how society look at you, it's nothing wrong with you. No matter the situation at hand, just know that it's going to get better. So I just want to leave y'all with that final say. And thank you for tuning in into And Another Thing podcast. Make sure y'all tune in. Make sure y'all add my page, J-Rock. My YouTube is coming soon. So make sure that y'all subscribe. I will be doing brief segments in regards to celebrity news. Now, all of my stuff is not going to be serious. Like, I like to have fun, and I like to engage, and I like to have comments to come. So, make sure you comment, make sure you tune in, make sure you download the Anchor app. I got it fixed, I think. So make sure you download the Anchor app. My podcast will be on Anchor app as well as you should subscribe to my YouTube page. My YouTube page is coming soon. I will be discussing all hot topics, so including celebrity news. I will be discussing anything that's educational. I also will be having certain guests, on here in regards of their opinion. This is a platform for us to speak up. It's a platform for you to say what you got to say. It's a platform for where your opinion is not going to be judged. It's a platform for you to express yourself, and I feel like that we don't have that anymore. So I feel like I found my gift, and I want to share that gift, and I want to put that out there. So I will be discussing hot topics. I will be discussing news. I will be discussing ways on how you can better yourself. I will be discussing things in regards to make you better, uplifting, watching, laughter, entertainment. So make sure y'all tune in. I'm coming up with all different type of ideas. I would love your feedback. Make sure you give us, make sure you, like I said, add my page. You can inbox me with any ideas or any concerns, any feedback that you do have. But I do thank y'all for tuning in. I had a brief mess up with my laptop, so I got to try to get that together. And my internet, I got to call Spectrum because that bill was paid. So they need to fix it. But I do thank y'all for tuning in. Tune in. I will be having podcasts on some Fridays and Saturdays and possibly Sundays until I really get a definite date. This was just a brief brief session, supposed to be, in regards of celebrity topics on Word on the Street. I thank you for tuning in. Hashtag and another thing podcast, Word on the Street edition. And that's all the hot topics that I have today and some hot celebrity news. Make sure y'all tune in. I might be doing this possibly maybe in the middle of the week, probably every Wednesday, to talk about celebrity news and talk about what's going on. Make sure you also tune in. Don't worry, I'll be tagging you. Oh, also, I said I was giving a shout out to Black businesses. Make sure I have somebody on here, CC Taylor, also known as Taylor Made Juice Game. Make sure you shop with CC Taylor at Juice. You want to quench somebody's thirst, get your outfit from Juice. We all need a good outfit after this point. We all need to look good and feel good. So I love promoting Black businesses. I want to shout her out. She's on here. Make sure you shop with her. Once I get my money together like I need to, because I put myself on a budget, I will be shopping what you see. But make sure you hop on to Facebook, CC Taylor. Make sure if you want to sit up here and make somebody look twice, they mouth so dry, but you got them to quench that thirst because you don't run marathons. Make sure you let them know that you're Juice. So shop with Juice with CC Taylor. Also make sure that if you want your sweet too, that need to be craved. Make sure you also shop with make sure you also shop with Shakendra with Sweets and More. I'm telling you, when you have the munchies, oh my God, it's like you got to go home and eat it. Like, you cannot sit in the car and eat this. Like, you have to go home, sit down, get you a peace of mind, you know, and then once after you meditate and get those munches, then trust me, even without munches, like the cups are everything. Like, words can't describe that. And also make sure you shop with Kamaria with Cam's Cuisine. She has all types of seafood broils, pineapple bowls. She has her own juice, you know, and I'm very proud of these women, and I'm very proud of all the black businesses that are out there. So make sure you shop with these two. There's CC Taylor with Juice, Cam's Cuisine with Kamaria. They're all tagged in this live, and make sure you shop with Shakendra with Sweets and More. I will be promoting other black businesses as I shop around, giving y'all the updates on what's hot in the neighborhood. You know, like I said, this is a time for us to stick together, and it's so grateful, and this is such a honor for me to sit here and be alive today and recognize all this beautiful talent. So I just want to leave y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. I think I'm going to be doing a lot of things. This is my baby, and you know, I thank y'all so much for the support and commenting. Shout out to Justin. Justin, thank you. Your podcast, you know, it was, I listen and I tune in, and I do want to reach out to you and tell you that thank you. You know, from one brother to another. I thank you if you do watch this video. And also share my live. But I also want to send a thank you out to him because, of course, with his video and with his podcast, I like what he's do. And I'm not the type of person that want to just lean on. But I definitely want to give credit when credit is due. So I just want to give him a shout out on his podcast. Make sure you tune into his podcast as well, B&J Podcast. Talking about the hottest celebrity news. So it's a lot of things that we're doing in the black community. Who's to say that we had to have the American dollar to fund our own thing? It's all about confidence. So I'm going to leave you with this. And another thing, take care of yourself, love yourself, have the confidence, be thankful you woke up this morning and you had a chance to correct any mistakes that you have. But just know each time you wake up, you give God the glory and you say thank you. Don't ask for anything, just say thank you. And that is And Another Thing podcast, Word on the Street edition. I'll tune in. I'm finna go and finish the rest of my drink. I'm finna go and work on some other things. And I thank y'all for joining. Catch me next time at my J-Rock page. And I'm going to post up. I'm going to be working on my YouTube page soon. So make sure y'all, when I send it out, make sure y'all subscribe to that. And I'm finna go see what the hell is Spectrum talking about in this computer because the bill has been paid. Y'all take it easy. Peace out.